Well, good morning, everyone. It's great to be with you. Donna just gave my speech, so I think I will be informal as I talk to you, but a couple of points that I certainly want to emphasize that she mentioned. But first of all, I think the question was, how do you get it done? Well, you get it done with people who have passion about these issues. I hope you believe that the governor of the state of New Jersey is someone who believes it. The anecdote that Donna told about my own life experience about 18 months ago when I was virtually in a coma for 11 days and my family was with me that whole time gives me a clear understanding of how this actually is important to have your family with you in time of need. And there are many, many stressful situations that individuals have to face, and when their family is with them, the world is a lot better place and recovery is a lot more fulfilling. And so it is a personal experience that actually gave me a little more drive. But I have to say that Julie Cashin, who was my chief of staff in my policy area, and David Sokolow as Commissioner of Education, and all of the interest groups, not unlike the Institute, are absolutely essential. This is one of those things where passion actually made a difference. There was enormous grassroots support for standing up for what is a true family value, which is making sure that a family has the capacity to be with their loved ones in a period of time and stress. And so if we didn't have that foundation of passion underneath this, it would not have happened. We had a lot of good help from people like the AFL-CIO and the advocacy groups. We have Citizen Action in New Jersey and New Jersey Public Policy Perspective and a number of things, Time to Care Coalition, a whole group of people that have come together. But it was essential that you have that passion underlying it and stories that can be told, because I can tell you the stories coming back at the Chamber of Commerce's that I visit about how this is going to destroy the business environment in New Jersey was pretty forceful. And to this day, I fully expect that when I run for re-election next year, that one of those things that I will hear when I go around to all of the interviewing sessions, the review sessions on what you have done or haven't done, accomplished and haven't accomplished, it will be those groups that stood with me when we were passing this legislation that will be there. But there will be a very, very strong pushback from the business community on this. I happen to think that's BS. I'm an old washed-up businessman myself, and I think that you do a lot better when you actually create an environment when people in your workplace feel secure about what their lives will be going forward. Now, this is a very important step forward in the movement for paid family leave across the country. It's not the end-all and be-all, but it is a very, very strong step. You know, we had to compromise a lot in the process to get this piece of legislation done. 12 weeks is the unpaid leave situation at the federal government and in New Jersey. We had to cut this to 6 weeks. We had to cap where the income thresholds were, $41,000. $41,000 is barely break even in New Jersey. It is barely above the poverty line in a real context for a family of four. And then we only give 2/3 of pay. It is not everything that we would like to see it be, but it is an important first step. And I think that over a period of time, it is the foundation on which we can grow this to a program that we would have preferred. And I think that in all of these situations, you have to work to get through the compromises that are necessary to make it on. If I'm not mistaken, Julie, this was debated in New Jersey State Legislature for over 12 years. different proposals. And so this was not like an easy lift. It's a little bit like repealing the death penalty was not an easy lift. You have to go at this over and over and over again, and you need to have someone who is willing to stand up to business, and I think that was most particularly my role. I have to say that this is something that I think needs to be on the agenda of the next president. We need to take family leave and turn it into paid family leave. And having been a speaker in political forums on occasion, I thought I heard Barack Obama say that in his acceptance speech. It's a little fuzzy in there. I've been known to be fuzzy myself, so I don't want to be too rough. But I do think that if we have the incentives and the discussion at the national level, then we will create a format for our states to be able to do this. As you know, this is coterminous with our temporary disability insurance. And frankly, this is not a heavy lift on a financial basis. What is it, 66 cents a week a worker pays for insurance? And in fact, I think paid family insurance is a better way to actually frame this than paid family leave. I think from a political standpoint, you have a better ability to push for the concept. $33 a year is the total cost of this, and it is amazingly positive and I think effective way to go forward. We are going to stick with this proposal. I do worry that we may have somewhat underestimated what the usage has been. California, which had the first law, only had about 1% of its workforce use paid family leave. If we come in on those statistics, we'll be able to cover the costs. But it is one of those things that we're going to have to monitor. I don't think if we go from 66 cents a week to 77 cents a week, it's going to be the end of the world. I do believe that we have a program that is both financeable and will end up giving families a real choice about where they go. So this is one of those things that we're very proud of in our state. It is absolutely essential in a world where we have bailouts of Wall Street firms and we put billions and billions of dollars into protecting financial firms and businesses across this country. I think we can put 66 cents a week into protecting our families as we go forward. I'm very proud of this. This is a landmark. And I'd be happy to take any of your questions about doing it. But I want to say, at the end of the day, without the passion that came from the advocates, got transferred to folks in the legislature, and a commitment on your governor's part, this is a very hard lift. You need that constant push. And quite frankly, I don't want to be too partisan, but if you don't have control of the state Senate in New York, it's going to be a very hard lift, because without having the ability to twist the arms of my colleagues, this bill would not have passed. It was a hard enough lift with Democrats in control of both houses of the legislature. It would be virtually impossible given the business lobby otherwise. So I guess I'm telling you, go out and vote Democratic this fall. God bless you.